All right, I want to talk about the takeover.
I don't know if that's the right term.
Bro, who...
The takeover is not the right term.
You don't think so?
Hostile takeover?
I think
This thing has the potential
I hope it's a
of
enhancement.
being astronomical,
I hope so.
right?
I hope so.
This is Dana White stuff.
I hope so.
Mike's launching a skate league
Oh, really?
called PSL.
Yeah, PSL.
And I don't want to ruin it because we're going to talk about it, but he showed me everything. I mean, it is rad. It's completely different than anything we've ever seen before.
Is it time for the skate world to have something different come in?
Oh, absolutely. I think the market has kind of been stagnant for the last. I'm gonna say, when's the last time skating really changed in a way? Like it's something new. I shouldn't
Like
say
not
changed, but
trend wise, you mean?
I just mean something new to skating. Like I would say, what Street League 15 years ago.
Yeah, Street League was a change up.
Yeah.
We had never well the thing about maybe X Games you could say, but like
Yeah.
I would say contests coming into skateboarding where contests became normalized and skaters actually put contests as a priority. That was a big shift in skateboarding
And that was because of
me
Street
growing
League.
up. I think you as well.
We were
like
street
contests.
skaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never did contests.
No, yeah.
Why?
Like Tampa.
That didn't matter at all.
Wasn't cool, and the way people skated in contests was different than how we skated in the streets, right? Like in the streets, you're pushing to stuff. You're not pumping ramps. And so you'd have these guys who were like really good at skate parks, and then they would go out to the street spots, the stuff we did, and they just looked funny.
Yeah.
And so, and it was just different. And then you started seeing this trend where like really good skate park skaters were also good street skaters. And then nowadays, like you just skate both and you're good at both and it's totally normal.
But there's also too like some contest skaters barely even film video parts.
Yeah.
And they're probably, top 1% of paid pros. And it's like back in our day, it was like if you were a contest skater, you basically weren't a street skater, right?
Yeah, and you didn't really make money either.
Is there a rivalry between them?
I don't think so. I mean, do we?
It was like two different worlds.
It was just two different worlds. Yeah.
It was like it was like they might as well been like snowboarders. It was totally
kind
different,
of, yeah.
right? Or like
Yeah,
vert
you're right.
skaters.
Yeah, you just don't even consider them as. It's like a different sport.
Yeah.
In a way, you know what I mean?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so PSL, what are we doing here? Is this going to disrupt skateboarding?
No, I don't. I think that's dramatic to say.
I'm too hot on it.
I hope it. I think it has a good chance to do it just because of just what everything we're doing differently. But I don't know. We're gonna see what happens.
Okay, so why has skateboarding had such a hard time on a contest level transferring over to normal people, non-skaters?
Yeah.
Why hasn't it got viewership in the Olympics or anything it's done? Why has there not been crossover?
I think it comes down to. I think the biggest thing is it's a format problem. That's kind of what it is. It's like if you think about why any sport is actually successful, whether it's UFC to NBA, NFL, NHL, whatever it is, they all have the exact same common goal at the end of it, which is like the format is yes or no. So it's like, did the ball go over the fence? Yes or no? Did the ball go in the hoop? Yes or no? Was he behind the 3-point line? Yes or no?
Did he get knocked out? Yes or no?
Yeah, UFC. Which is arguably, I mean, it's not even arguably, it is the most objective thing. Did you knock him out on his face? Can he get up? No. Okay, that guy won. So to think of it in that sense, I think is why skating is too subjective. So you need to like figure out a way to make it objective. You need to make it yes or no. So with what we're doing is our format, it's a yes or no format pretty much. So I think, and if you look at the numbers too, of just as far as how many people skate in the world versus how many people golf versus how many people play baseball, they're all actually pretty similar. Like the interest of skateboarding is huge. But if you look at the numbers of skating, of like, say from a league point of view, you add X Games, Street League, Battle at the Barracks, you put all those together, it's only like 50 million views or something like that. And that's just strictly on YouTube though. Like I don't know, say ESPN deal with X Games, I don't know those numbers or anything like that. But my point is, it's like, why do we only get 50 million views? And the interest is, let's say 85 million skaters, that's the number I know. I don't know how true that is, but 85 million skaters and only 50 million views. But say golf, 85 million people play it and billions of views. Like, what? Why? Like, the interest is clearly there. Enough people skate where I think it can have a good chance. It's just why? It's because the format is broken, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it becomes a yes-no format, you have to assume that that's going to bring people in that don't know skateboarding or don't skate that will actually have interest in watching it.
I think so, because you can actually you can watch it and you don't need to think about like all these little micro rules of being like, all the nuances, right? Like, a nollie flip versus a switch hard flip. Which one's harder? And it's like a never ending debate, because it's like one trick's harder for some people and it's harder for other people, the other one. So people judge it differently and the fans don't agree with the judges. And then it's always like a constant debate. And I just think it adds confusion. And if there's confusion, then you're going to lose viewers. That's pretty much what it is.
Actually, the UFC comparison, I think, is actually really good, because UFC is, do you think it's equally as technical as skateboarding is? Right?
I don't know anything
Wild.
about fighting.
You did jiu-jitsu for a long time.
Yeah.
You didn't skate, but maybe you talking from a fight standpoint, very technical.
Extremely.
Right? When I watch UFC, I know nothing about what they're doing. All that I'm looking at is, did he get knocked out or did he submit? Right?
That's what every common viewer, if they don't know that sport, that's what they think.
I'm the perfect example.
I look at it through a total. Like when they are on the ground,
you're watching
and people are booing. That's the most interesting part of the fight for me.
So when they're on the ground, you're watching the moves they're doing and how they're getting out.
You are?
Total
Wow.
chess match.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
See that starts happening.
Yeah, I want to see blood. That's what you want. You want blood and knocked out.
it's just
knockouts.
gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, you want the brawl.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
see it as a brawl.
You're the guy thinking about the nollie flips versus the switch hard flips.
Yes.
And we're the guys just being like, I don't care. Did he land it or not?
Did he win?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a big part of UFC's rise to fame was the show. It was the reality show that they did, The Ultimate Fighter.
That got people connected with the individual.
That show did well because they got it on Spike TV, if I'm not mistaken. Then the finale, the fight was so good that from the moment the fight started, viewership was X. And then as they got into like the third round, it went up like times
awesome.
500X.
Right.
You know, like everybody was just calling each other, like, you got to watch this, you got to watch this, you got to watch this. And that was really what put him on, because it created a human element for the people that were involved in the fight game. They weren't just being looked at as fighters anymore.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense.
So UFC, you don't own or have teams, but in all the other major sports you do. Are you going to have teams?
Yeah, this will be a teams event too.
Team event.
Which I always thought was a big miss. I've thought it for years though. Like when I first got on Girl, I think it was like, say 20 years ago, however long ago it is. It's like, I was always like, I'm on Girl. I wish we can like, I don't even like contests, but I always wish we could like compete as Girl. You know, it's like we all go out, say if we ever did skate a contest, you'd go skate as an individual, of course. But like, you're like, being a team is such a part of our culture, and we don't compete as teams. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I just think that's dumb.
Right.
So,
So you're going to have teams.
so we're going to have teams.
Who's going to own the teams?
Well, we'll get, we don't know.
We're not talking about that?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet.
my bad.
This first one, I mean, there's like what we're trying to do. There's long-term goals and there's short-term,
Can
right?
I say this, or is this too soon? Am
What?
I an owner? Am I buying something?
We should own
Did
a
I
team
ma-
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Team owner.
Yeah, that's right.
Instagram bio. Woo! Adding it to the resume.
Yeah.
Hey, that's probably a cool thing, huh? All right, let me know when that
I think
opens
it's
up.
fun. Yeah.
What's required?
A check.
Yeah, money.
No, but this would be great. Like,
yeah.
I'll motivate the boys. You
Yeah.
know? Who's on my team? I'm like,
Are you going to capture that, though? Like, is that part of, like, the content that you guys are driving, or is it just, like, the skating events? Are you going to get, like, a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff?
Yeah, for sure. But so that's what I'm saying. These are two different. Like right now, what's coming up? Like
I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Yeah. So I mean, I just want to take it a step at a time. But like, if I talk about long-term goals, it's going to be a different conversation. If I'm talking about just getting this first one going, right?
Right.
This first one is January 25th, which
Dang, that's coming up.
yeah.
Whoa, bro! I don't think it's on my calendar.
Yeah. It's here. When's this come out?
This is going
When
to
you
come out
tell us
before.
to have it come out.
This is going to come out before
Unless we can't roll it out prior.
January 25th, huh?
Yeah, so January 25th is going to be the first one.
On Saturday. Weird.
Nothing?
Nothing.
See,
I have
it's
nothing.
meant to be, man.
What do you mean it's meant to be? No, I'm saying I don't have it here.
It's
not on
meant
my
to be
calendar.
that he's here telling you about it so that you
Oh.
can be there.
I thought you meant like there's nothing on your calendar, so you're good.
Yes.
See,
And then
Let's get something on
all
my...
three of us interpreted that statement differently.
Yeah, I'll be there for that. Okay, good. So the first event is the 25th. Where is it?
It's going to be at Paul's Park.
Is it open to the public?
Yeah, it's going to be invite only.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's private. So I'll
Exclusive.
send you a link. Yeah. But anybody watching this too, if somebody wants to come, you got to go to our website and sign up, and then there's a little checkbox that you click, and it says, yes, I swear on Sean Malto's life that I will be there.
Stop.
And if you don't click that, then I'm not going to send you a ticket.
You put
So,
Sean?
Yeah, I put
as-
Sean Malto's life.
Does Sean know?
I didn't even ask him. I just did it.
Sean is our... Maybe you could qualify this statement. Sean is my friend that... Oh, God, I got to think about the best way to say this. He is the least reliable friend I have when it comes to showing up to something.
Yeah.
Fair statement?
Yeah.
So that's funny that you would have him be the guy that you're putting his life
That's
on
true.
the line.
He is going to be the host for this thing, though, too.
Okay,
Like, he's
so-
going to commentate. And
okay,
stuff,
Sean's
so
commentating.
He better be there.
Are there teams for this one?
This will be teams, yeah. So we have 8 skaters, and it's 2 versus 2, and it's like, so 4 teams, like mini championship bracket style.
Who are the teams?
The skaters.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to? Yeah. I mean, this will come out, and yeah, okay. Yeah.
You at some point.
I'm just trying to think.
At
Yeah.
some point, you have to tell.
It's soon. Like, I'm going to announce it like very soon. So I just want to make sure that it's the right timing. But anyways,
Okay. Who are the teams?
P-Rod, Deshaun Jordan,
Ooh.
Miles Silvas, and Art Cordova. I don't know if you know Art Cordova.
I do. He's good. He's from
He is so
Ventura.
good. We've tested these games.
He's so good.
The games we're doing, he's been at every single test one, and I'm like, dude, he's gonna blow people's minds.
Art's
Like,
undercover. He's not
Yeah.
well known compared to the people he's said, but he is so good. He's gonna turn heads.
yep. And then Nigel Houston, Zach Saraceno,
Dang.
which they're
That's
gonna,
a cool combo, but that's different.
yeah, for sure. Nigel will surprise people, like in the sense of like, since this is stairs only, it's not handrails, it's stairs only. You can't skate handrails. Yeah.
Interesting.
So like Nigel, I think will shock people in that sense.
Yeah, so
Dang.
this pod's going to come out January 21st, so people will have 4 days
Yeah.
to RSVP and show up to it.
Yeah.
So we're good on time.
Dang, stairs only. Okay, so far I'm with Miles and Art. Let me hear the rest.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
so
interesting.
far who I'm with.
And then the last one
Going
is
against Paul?
Um,
Uh-oh. I'm with my boy P-Rod.
well, this is the challenge. Miles is so freaking good at stairs. He's so good. And Art is like a perfect pairing trick-wise to maybe what isn't in Miles' bag, even though his bag is huge.
they both. Yeah, I don't know.
Deshaun's good at stairs too, but shoot, man, I don't know.
Deshaun and Paul will be a good team together.
They'll be a good team.
because they do have different skill sets.
I have to
Like-
take that back as you say that. Even if Paul got last place, I'm riding with Paul. Yeah.
And then it's Chris Jocelyn and then Roman Hager. So Roman Hager is just like an
Roman
AM
Hager.
kid that like also will blow people's minds. He's also somebody that we've been testing these games with.
Who's he sponsored by?
He's kind of like more of just a flow kid. He's kind of just random
Flow
actually.
kid.
Yeah.
Taking the barracks approach, huh?
Well, I think he's really good, and people are going to be shocked by him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is this going to be aired?
And people want the underdogs to come up, or like the new kids. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be just all
I'm
the
with
heavy
you.
hitters.
I'm
So
with
I
you.
want to sprinkle some
I think
some
you
new
just have
blood
to-
in there.
Yeah, sprinkling I think is the right way.
Yeah. So all those teams together, I think. I mean, Chris Jocelyn, I think, is gonna. He can do absolutely everything. See, but this is what's interesting about this format, is you start to think about their skill sets and how they pair together.
I know.
And it becomes, it's very strategic. It's not just like who's the best or like he's the sickest, you know?
Yeah.
It's like actually like you start to really calculate, oh, this guy's good at like switch flip type of tricks. This guy's good at 360 type of tricks. They're going to be a good team together. They're going to be able to defend everything. And I don't know.
What's the winner get?
It's going to be interesting. And I haven't really even talked about that to anybody. Everybody's just kind of down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be?
I mean, this whole thing, I'm just personally funding this first one.
Where are people going to watch
So
it?
we don't have sponsors. We don't have anything. It's just like a full test, and just going to put it out there and see what people think about
Where are
it.
you launching it?
Just YouTube.
Sick.
Yeah, stream it
I like
to
that.
YouTube.
Is it going to be live?
We're going to film it first and then edit it and then make sure we like it the way we want or make everything the way we want. And then we're going to just upload it as like a live premiere type of thing on YouTube. And the reason we're doing that too is just because, first of all, if you do a live broadcast, the amount of problems you could have on something where it's our first one.
Yeah.
And say we bomb on that, you're like, okay, we're out. We're already screwed. So we need to edit it, make sure, use it as a template for future ones when we actually want to do it live in the future.
Who's filming it?
Do you know who Ira Ingram is? Do you guys know Ira?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he actually does broadcast stuff and he does film for a living. So it's just, he's good at that. But just from a budget perspective as well, we're like, do we want to spend 20 grand on this first event or $100,000 on this first event? And me personally, like with no sponsors, I'm like, I don't want to spend 100,000 on this event.